Good morning. Welcome to Friday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off. Well, that's bad when you can't quite get your own name out. But we have a great card today, and it dovetails beautifully with something I just read that I wanted to share with you as if you haven't discovered him yet, I think now's a good time to discover him. But I also want to share a couple of things from a wonderful Zoom conversation I had with one of my accountability buddies, Kayleen Welsh. We were talking about current times. Good morning, Angie. I'm going to be talking about Kayleen, so you'll be right in line with us here. Angie was one of the ones who went on one of the Isla Mujeres trips with Kayleen and me. Good morning, Abigail. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. So Kayleen was saying, and I thought this was really an awesome way to frame things up. And I put it as a quote on my page, giving her credit, because I just thought it so spoke to where we're at and where we need to be going. I choose to be led by love energy rather than pushed by fear energy. I choose to be led by love energy rather than pushed by fear energy. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you're here. Welcome. I just thought that was an amazing quote. Well, thank you. We enjoy each other's company. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Welcome. And she's got a cool job this summer, a little job where she's going to the pool and testing the water. And I thought, what a great thing. It got her free admission to the pool. What a lovely little job. That's so much fun. So much fun. Thank you for the sunshine, Ruth Ann. I appreciate it. So let me read that quote one more time and just kind of let it soak into your bones. I choose to be led by love energy rather than pushed by fear energy. Kayleen Welsh. Thought that was awesome. Yes, good morning, good morning. Thank you for the hearts and the rainbow. Very pretty. She also was talking about, we were talking about living life in these times. And she said one of the things we need to be practicing is vibration management. I thought that was a great term. Good morning, Jo Neal. Glad you're here. We're practicing vibration management. I mean, we've done all other kinds of management, right? Time management, energy management, thought management, blah, blah, blah. Vibration management. Just cool. So yes, so those are my two pots of wisdom from Kayleen Welsh. Good morning, Beth. Glad you're here. Welcome. We have a card today from, let me show you the deck, Denise Lynn, the Sacred Forest deck. But I also, as I mentioned and then segued, want to talk about John Radel. If you haven't discovered him yet, it's Roedel. He's on Facebook, and he just published the most amazing rebuttal to other poets who basically say to him, you're destroying poetry. Who told you could write? Blah, blah, blah. And he had this, thank you. And if you could credit Kayleen Welsh, that would be awesome. It's Kailean. I want to make sure she gets credit for that because that was such a great quote. Anyway, John Radel's poetry speaks to the soul, speaks to the wounded part of us, dives deep into really painful subjects in eloquent ways. But apparently he's been catching a lot of flack from the elite group of poets who do their craft very, the only word that's coming to me is precisely. I believe that poetry can be messy. I believe that poetry can be a howl into the night. His poetry sparks sparks connection with people who feel disconnected. So if you get a chance, I'd love for you to go read his piece. If I could have figured out a way to have it on my screen and read it at the same time I'm doing a live, I would have, but I ain't that techie. So check him out, John Radel, Roedel. It's an amazing rebuttal. Our card today, Denise Lynn, Sacred Forest, is Raven Spirit, Truth. Yeah, poetry can be messy, and poetry can be a plethora of things. It doesn't have to be this nice, tidy, in a box, sanitized thing. So, first thing I noted when I looked at this was the sleeves on that dress. Amazing. And I love that it's scarlet. I just think that's a great color for truth. So, Raven Spirit, Truth. Let's take a breath. Let it go. Take another breath. Let it go. Yes, he is. That's a great way to put it. Total authentic feelings. And it comes through in the eloquent words he chooses to put on a page and to capture what his heart is saying. Yeah. Great stuff. So Raven Spirit, Truth. Oh, it's fun looking at the picture while I read. As you look up, you see a raven peering at you from a branch. It feels like he's gazing straight into your soul. He swoops down and lands on your hand. Amazingly, he begins to talk, telling you the deeper truths of your life. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. And that's what John Radel's poetry does. Tells you the deeper truths of your life. That's a great way to put it. He reminds you to focus on what is important and admonishes you to make choices in life that honor your truth. Honor your truth. So here's the part where it's speaking directly to us. Stark honesty is called for at this time in your life. In ancient Greece, it was believed that ravens carried messages from the gods, and because of their acute vision, they were thought to be the bringers of truth. The soul loves the truth. What is your truth regarding your life? I'm going to pause there. What is your truth regarding your life? Be honest with yourself and speak from your heart. Listen to what is sincere and honest in others. Step away from those who are cagey or I can say this word, I've done it before, hang on. Duplicitous, there we go, duplicitous. The hardest thing about living your truth is knowing exactly what it is. However, there is a place within you that always knows what is real and what isn't. Release situations and people with whom you find yourself less than honest. Where are you not being truthful? For fear of being judged or not accepted. It can take time to discover what is true for you, and it's fine to say, I don't know. That's honest. But once you know, let go of anything in your life that isn't authentic. Miracles follow when you take time to be genuine. Thank you for posting that, Abigail. Much appreciated. The raven is also considered to be the totem and protector of the Queen of Fairies. The spirit of the raven says, the soul loves the truth. Find your truth. Speak your truth. Live your truth. Be fearless in your journey. Follow your inner guidance. Let go of what is not authentic and sincere in life. Be a shining example of truth for others. So, had some opportunities with some of this yesterday, that following your truth thing. Came into a situation where something was supposed to be a particular way, but because of something else that had changed, this thing changed. Initially, I was pretty upset. And then I started thinking, okay, wait a minute, what have we been working on here? Going with the flow, allowing things to unfold, trusting in divine right timing and divine right order. So I did a reboot, and by the end of that particular interlude, was able to see that this was probably a much better outcome anyway. Hard in the moment, especially hard at the beginning when you already have an idea of how something is going to go and it changes fundamentally. So that was an interesting opportunity, an example of, okay, roll with this, flow with this. It's changed. It is what it is. See what comes from this. So, what are your thoughts on this? What does this bring to mind for you about your truth, living your truth, speaking your truth, all of that? Does it feel to you like the hardest thing is knowing what your truth is? Or do you feel like, nope, I know it pretty well, I just don't, it's not supported in my world? Or, I know what it is, I just don't feel like I have the energy to act on it right now because I know I'm going to get pushback. Where are you at with this? And one of the things that I've said in the past is kind of know the difference between truth with a big T and our truth with a little t. What's true for me may not be true for you. Still important that I speak my truth, but also important that I then hear your truth. And out of those truths, perhaps we can come to something that works for both of us. So lots of interesting things we can do. You need this. This is good. This is good. Again, no accidents. The divine unfolds this stuff just for us. Just for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, have an awesome Friday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are, including speaking your truth, knowing your truth, living your truth. Bye-bye.